The Light of Elaris long ago, hidden in a misty valley among the mountains, there was a city called Elaris. At first glance it seemed ordinary. Cobblestone streets, small houses, merchants shouting in the square, children laughing and running. But Elaris held a secret that everyone knew yet rarely spoke aloud. It was said that deep within the heart of the city lay an ancient power. A power so pure it could illuminate entire kingdoms, yet so dangerous that in the wrong hands it could plunge them all into darkness. In this city lived a young man named Adrian Valemont. He was 18 years old, though the depth in his eyes made him seem far older. His father had gone on a mysterious journey years ago and never returned. His mother had raised him alone, always repeating the same lesson: "Courage, my son, is stronger than any sword, sturdier than any shield. No matter what, never lose your courage." By day, Adrian helped the merchants. By night, he climbed the old watchtower at the edge of the city to gaze at the stars. Yet he always felt a strange emptiness inside. It was as if this life didn't truly belong to him, as if fate was calling him toward another path. One evening, the sky turned a strange crimson. The wind howled, carrying echoes like ancient songs. From the forest, Adrian saw a column of black smoke rising. Out of the smoke emerged a tall stranger in a long cloak, his face hidden, walking with steady, deliberate steps toward the city. A chill ran through Adrian's heart. This man is no ordinary traveler, he thought. What he didn't know was that this stranger would change his destiny forever. Malrick, Lord of Shadows. The next morning, the city square was unusually silent. Normally, one would hear the calls of merchants and the laughter of children, but that day all eyes were fixed on the stranger standing at the city gates. His name was Malrick. Some whispered he came from the northern Duskvale Mountains. Beyond that, little was known. He stepped into the square, raised his hand, and spoke in a voice so deep that even the stone walls seemed to tremble. "The heart of Elaris belongs to me. Hand over the power, or even your shadows will turn against you." Fear gripped the crowd. Adrian stood at the edge, frozen, until his eyes met Malrick's. Those eyes were like bottomless pits. Stare too long, and you would lose yourself within them. And Malrick was not alone. 3 followers stood at his side: Seraphine, mistress of dark magic. Her silver hair glistened, but her eyes were colder than ice. Dregor, a half-man, half-beast warrior with muscles like stone and a roar that shook the ground. Gael Thorn, silent as the shadows, a deadly assassin with venom-tipped daggers. When they appeared, terror swept across the square. The city guards drew their swords, but Dregor's single roar knocked them back. Seraphine lifted her hands, and the sky turned black as lightning struck the city walls. Then the most terrifying thing happened. Malrick's promise came true. People's shadows began to move. Some attacked their owners, dragging them to the ground. Panic erupted. Screams filled the air. Adrian, too, found himself wrestling with his own shadow. At that moment, he remembered his father's old sword, locked away in a dusty chest at the watchtower. He ran. "Perhaps that is my only chance." The awakening of Lumenblade Adrian climbed the tower steps, breathless. He flung open the chest, and there lay the old, rusted sword. But as soon as his hands touched the hilt, the impossible happened. The blade began to glow. Thin blue lines traced across its surface, like a star awakening from slumber. A voice echoed in Adrian's mind. "I have waited for you. My name is Lumenblade. Your blood is bound to the heart of Elaris. I will serve no one but you." Shocked, Adrian gripped it tight. There was no time to waste. The square echoed with screams. He rushed back. There stood Dregor, smashing the gates with his massive axe. Adrian raised the blade. A brilliant blue beam shot into the sky. Dregor recoiled in fear for the first time. Seraphine's magic shattered. Kael's daggers dissolved. In the light, the people gasped in awe, but Malrick only laughed. "So, if you are the heir, wonderful. Breaking you will be even sweeter." Then he and his servants vanished into the shadows, leaving behind a warning. "In 3 days, bring me the heart of Elaris, or this city will be erased." The call to adventure. That night, a council gathered. Fear consumed the people. Some wanted to flee, others argued to surrender. Then the wise elder Elendor spoke. "The heart of Elaris is the source of life itself. If Malrick takes it, all kingdoms will fall. But the Lumenblade's awakening is a sign. Adrian, the burden falls upon you." Adrian placed the glowing sword on the table. "I don't know if I can, but I will try. I'll stop him." From the crowd stepped his childhood friend Lyra, a skilled archer, brave and sharp-minded. She touched his shoulder and smiled. "You won't go alone. Wherever you go, I'll be by your side." And so the two of them set out on a perilous journey. Shadows in the forest that night, under the pale glow of the moon, they entered the forest. Every shadow seemed alive. Suddenly, pairs of crimson eyes gleamed among the trees. Shadow wolves. Lyra loosed her arrows. Adrian fought with the blade. But no matter how many wolves they struck down, more appeared. Then Adrian noticed a dark sigil glowing beneath a tree. Summoning the beasts, he dashed forward and struck it with Lumenblade. A burst of light exploded, and the wolves vanished. Lyra smiled. "Now you're fighting like a true hero." Adrian, though, whispered to himself, "This is only the beginning." The fall of Dregor. When they reached the mountains, Dregor was waiting. He slammed his axe, shaking the earth. Adrian fought bravely, but struggled against the giant's strength. Lyra fired a well-aimed arrow, staggering the beast. Adrian seized the moment, channeling the sword's light, and with a great strike sent Dregor tumbling into the abyss. But Seraphine and Kale still remained. Seraphine's storm on the snowy peaks. Seraphine appeared. With a chant, she bound Adrian in chains of ice. His breath faltered. Lyra's arrows shattered against her conjured walls. Adrian was about to give up when his father's words echoed in his mind. "Light never fears the dark." The sword blazed, shattering the chains. He struck Seraphine's spellbook from her hands. Screaming, she vanished into the mist. Kale's betrayal deep in the caves. Kale emerged from the shadows. He feigned alliance, offering to betray Malrick. But when Adrian lowered his guard, Kale hurled a poisoned dagger at Lyra. She was wounded, and Adrian carried her to the chamber of the heart of Elaris. There, the radiant core glowed like a sun. When Adrian touched it with Lumenblade, its light healed Lyra's wound. But in that very moment, Malrick arrived. Light against darkness. From the shadows, Malrick appeared, holding a staff forged of pure darkness. "Finally, the heart and its heir together. Now you will fall." The battle began. Waves of darkness clashed with surges of light. The cavern shook, stones splitting. Lyra fired arrows. Adrian's blade shone brighter and brighter. But Malrick's power seemed endless. He laughed. "Darkness is eternal." Lyra cried out, "Adrian, don't fight him with strength. Fight with your heart." Adrian closed his eyes. He remembered his father's voice. "Courage carries the light." Golden light surged from the blade, merging with the heart of Elaris. The cavern blazed like dawn. Adrian struck with all his will. Malrick's staff shattered, and his form dissolved into nothingness, screaming, "Light will one day fade," and he was gone. A new dawn. Elaris was free. The people welcomed Adrian and Lyra as heroes. The sky cleared, shadows vanished. Elendor proclaimed, "Adrian Valemont, you are now the guardian of these lands. Your courage will be remembered." That night, Adrian climbed the watchtower once more. He gazed at the stars, whispering softly, "Father, I did it." And in his heart, he knew. This was not the end, but the beginning of a new journey.